Okay. Okay, so I get to sit here on my own for a minute. The awkward part of doing a live stream that no one tells you. Hello, people. I see two people. Hello. Ooh, 3 people are here. Hello, 3 people. No one ever tells you that starting a live stream is one of the most awkward things ever. Hi, Wendy. No spiders tonight, I promise. We're doing mermaids. Well, we're going to, but nothing has spiders in it. Hi, Adelaide. We're going to make a folio today. So it's a crafty stream and we're just going to chatter and hang out a bit because I haven't done a live stream in ages. So, yeah. Funny story, I was trying to replicate this folio and no matter what I did, it came out differently. So in the end, I just went, you know what? I've had 3 tries at trying to get this right. I'm just going to do it. The only thing that really changes are some of the measurements, like some of the the inserts and the flaps and stuff. Like it's not a huge issue to have it be different. So now I know who 2 of the 3 people are. I wonder if the 3rd person is Miss Princess Fiona because I know she's having sore hands, so she might not be able to type. Okay, so Wendy has seen this, but I don't know if you have. Adelaide, is a folio I created out of Harry Potter book. Out of a friend sent me some pages from Harry Potter and some washi tape and a I can't think of the brand now, but it's Wizarding World 102 collection, which is it's basically a nice way of saying Harry Potter but without having to pay for it. So this is one of the original sort of folios that I did. I did 5 of them at once, and silly me didn't write down any measurements. So I've been trying to replicate it and do it the same, which being me, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, using the same size cardstock, anything, I just cannot seem to get them, like they're either too long or it just doesn't work. So I just went, I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I need an app before I do this so that I can actually speak. Yeah, this one's going in my Etsy store. Melinda! Hello, Miss Alexis, if you're there. So in my sort of, before I decided to replicate them, I wanted to try something a little bit different with them. So I did this one. Now, this one's been sold already. Fiona saw this one and she's like, it's mine. You're not putting it, it's mine. I'm buying it. I'm like, okay, I'm not arguing with you, although I may gift it to her, but don't tell her. So this one is the Once Upon a Time Prince collection that I got. I'm still kicking myself that I picked all the papers up and I missed the dragon paper somehow, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more of this paper because it's just so beautiful to work with. So this one, what I've done is I got Craft Online had Project Life card packs really cheap. So I grabbed some of those to add in as journaling cards and just added a little bit of the paper. And then we have, it's such a gorgeous collection. I love it so much. And then I just did the little tags and again with just the journaling spots. And I actually left the branding strip on because I just thought that looked really cute. And I love the matte foiling in these. I just think it's so cool. So this one will be a different tutorial, obviously, because it is actually slight, with the exception of the pocket, I did the waterfall very different in this one, and I keep crushing the poor thing. So the waterfall in this one is different. It's just a normal waterfall, whereas the other waterfall is, yeah, the other waterfall is sort of different. It's not how you normally do a waterfall, and I kind of like it for what it gives you, but it's just a different way of doing it. So that was the Once Upon a Time Prince one that I did, and for some reason I don't know what I've done with my ephemera since I did that. So, you know, me being me, us crafters know that we lose things a lot. And then in trying to replicate this tutorial for the Harry Potter one, I made 2 others, and I started a 3rd one, and then I needed a nap, and I was like, okay, well, a nap is kind of more important so I can actually speak because my brain wasn't. And these turned out different sizes, and I swear this cardstock was the same size to start with, and I actually thought this one would have been a little shorter. So this one is whimsical, and I used the stuff that Joanne Lee sent me recently, and I absolutely love it. Like the glittery magical, and I know the pearls were meant to be for the mermaids, but I just thought that looked so cute behind the unicorn. And then you open it up and you've got like the unicorn with believe. You've got a Project Life card that I have altered so you can see, and then I've just used some of the washi tape at the bottom. And then Joanne sent me these gorgeous, I have some of these as well, but some gorgeous unicorn tags. So I added a couple of those in because they're just too cute. I call it disapproving unicorn because it just reminds me of a disapproving unicorn. And then what I always do with my offcuts now is I use them to decorate my photo mats. So you don't end up with loads of waste. Like even in doing this, I had 2 extra photo mats that if I had have wanted to, and you'll see that in a minute, that I did do it in the other one, is that you can do a belly band and split your photo mats between the 2. So then this is the folio, like the waterfall, and it's your waterfall sort of starts, you do it as more of a card base, and then these come over the back, and it just yeah, I actually like that as a thing. So I really, really liked doing the unicorn one, and I was going to do an Easter one, and then I thought, well, I've already done a unicorn. It would be nice to have a mermaid too, because I want to have an Etsy opening sort of end of this week, really. Oh, that's come up fast. And this is the Pirate Tales from Echo Park, which I absolutely love. I used almost half, I think 8 sheets of the 6x6 paper I used in this one. And then I love this. It's just so fun. It's like, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. And then I just added some little stickers from the sticker pack of just in the O's, just to make it a little bit more fun. And then, as I said, instead of doing because this had more, like, was a little bit more compact, the 6x6 also had a little bit extra on it. So instead of doing the other just putting the other 2 photo mats to the side, I did a little belly band and added those photo mats in, and you've got a journaling spot. I just thought that was really cute. I'm always like, you know, playing to see what I can do with one thing. And the good thing about this is there are ways to customize the size. So if you want to make it smaller or bigger, you can. And I loved it. I just really like this paper. Like, I'm really into the Echo Park papers, especially the masculine ranges at the moment. So this was one where I didn't have enough of one piece to go along. So I just did a little flag and merged the 2 pieces, again with the Project Life cards. This one I did ink. I haven't really been inking them, but it's Pirate Tales, Pirate Life for me thing. And there is more treasure in books than in all the pirates' loot on Treasure Island, which I thought was very apt considering I love to read books, and I just thought these were really cool. I had a lot of fun. I still have lots of this collection, but I'm like, I'm already almost halfway through the 6x6 pad. That's not okay. I need more. I need more. Get like that when you really like something. Hi, Joanne. We're just having a look through the folios at the moment. 5 people now. So this is the waterfall, but it's done slightly different to most waterfalls. And what I like is for this sort of folio, it sits relatively flat. And then you've got a 1/4 inch spine on this one, and the other one had like an 1/8 of an inch spine. So that's what I've been working on. That's what I've just been playing with. And I have all the stuff out to do a mermaid one using some of the stuff that Joanne Lee sent me. So that's funny that, Joanne, I was just showing off this little folio that I made with the whimsical and other stuff you had sent me recently in Happy Mail, because it was close to hand and it saved me going through and figuring out what I wanted to do next. So put those away, and then I will grab the stuff to craft for anyone who wants to craft along. That's why when I did the thing yesterday, I put up that wood. Let me just pop this back in my box. So we start with our scoreboard. Mine is disgusting, and I really need a new one. Like, it's cracked and dying. And a paper trimmer, your essential things, bone folder or story tool, scissors, glue, tape. I've got a corner rounder. I didn't bother with the edge punch just because some of mine are a bit finicky and I didn't want to have to go through that on camera. I grabbed some washi tape just in case I wanted to use it. I've got a circle punch, which it doesn't have to be that big. That's the one that was easiest to hand for me. I've got whimsical. I've got about 6 pieces of cardstock, although you may not need that many. I always just grab extra. I always just think it's easier to have a bit extra than not have enough. I have some whimsical ephemera sent to me by Joanne. This all stuff is sent to me by the Make a Splash 3D Mermazing stickers. This was a little pack of 3 stickers that she got me. This is the Make a Splash very nicely holographically foiled stickers that Joanne sent me. So I thought that I would use the mermaid time because I already did a unicorn one. As I said, I was going to do Easter, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling very much like doing another Easter project. I did one and I didn't get to film it because it had to go in the mail on Tuesday. The first thing we're going to do, everyone ready? Everyone got their crafty stuff ready? La, 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 la. Okay, I don't know if my chat stopped working. Can someone type in chat, please? Because last I have is Joanne saying, hi all, hey all. Hi, Karen. Okay. Nope, it's just not moving very fast. Okay, so I have my book with my measurements, but I will be prepared to reevaluate those measurements should we need to. So we're doing this. This is an 11-inch by an 8.5-inch piece of cardstock, and I'm pretty sure what I must have done the first time. What you're crafting, Melinda, is I'm pretty sure this is why I couldn't get the pink one the right size. I'm pretty sure I must have taken 1/2 inch off. So hopefully, so it's 8. My trimmer is on its way out. I broke the arm. And then I bought another one thinking it was exactly the same, and it doesn't have the pull-out arm bit. So, like, this is just a cheap eBay trimmer, but I really like it. It was only $13, and it's really good. So what you're going to do first is we score this along the 11-inch side at 5 1/4. And 5 3/4. Oh, cool. Oh, that's okay, Joanne. I understand that. I get like that. I struggle some days to want to craft. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take this down to, and the reason I'm doing it on this side is sometimes you've got a little bit of extra cardstock here, so it makes this side more even. So we're just going to do 10-inch. And because this is just 65-pound cardstock, this gives it a bit more reinforcement. And because the whimsical papers are actually more like a cardstock, it there we go. It gives you that kind of, oops, find the wiggy spots on my scoreboard. It'll reinforce it. Like, I haven't found any of these folios really flimsy. So then we're just going to do this. I'm assuming that I probably did not cut this very well. So we're just going to do this another inch in. So to 7 inches. Yeah, I'm feeling like that's more. Let me see, what did I do with those folios? Probably a little bit, just a smidge smaller, but you know, it's as close as I'm going to get. So now what I do is I grab my scissors and just gently cut away your corners, but don't cut your centers yet. I found a hack for your for the centerpiece, and it works really well, and it means you get a nice amount of tape on it as well. So you're just cutting off your corners basically, and just a little bit extra, just so that it gives you a nice space. Oh, it's pleased to meet you, Karen. I don't know if I've seen you in my comments, but it's really nice that you're here. I don't not a problem, Joanne. It's really nice to meet people who are subbed to my channel that I don't always know, because I don't know who watches unless it's people that I talk to a lot. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab some tape, and we're just going to go. This is why I said don't cut your middle bit yet, because you want to be able to, and I just tear it. I'm a barbarian. I just tear my tape. Oops, and I missed a corner. Amanda, how'd you manage that? Just chop that bit of tape off, fix this corner up. So yeah, anyone who knows me knows that even when I do an unedited tutorial, I make a lot of mistakes. So don't stress if you make mistakes, because I make them too. And I've already done this quite a few times, so you would think I'd be over the mistake making stage. So this is our basic folio, like outside bit, really. So that is what we're doing. And then for these bits in here, your spine pieces, what you're going to do is, as you do with anything that you score, you come in beside the score line, and then you do your little chop. And what that does, it gives you a really nice clean cut, and it also means that you've got a nice amount of tape on there. So instead of having to try and put a tape on a tiny little bit, Oh, thank you, Karen. Hi, Krista. I must admit, Krista, yours is one of the channels that I really need to catch up on. I've been so behind lately. Insanely behind on my YouTube watching. Okay, so now what I do is I just fold all these flaps down. And that just gives you your basic outside. So you don't have to do, you don't have to do it the way I do with the pocket and the, what do you call it? The pocket and the waterfall. You could do pretty much anything you wanted. You could do triple pockets, which is actually when I first did a small folio, the tutorial I did, I can't remember who it was, but it's linked in the video of me showing off my folios, which was an Enchanted Dreams collab video. Basically, yeah, I learned, so I took that, but then I turned it into something of my own. And when I started doing the waterfall, I sort of just did it. I don't know what made me do it that way. I'd never seen anyone do it the way I do it. I just hadn't. And I haven't done a live in so long. And the silly thing is I have videos that I just haven't converted and uploaded yet. I kind of got sick of uploading whole videos because I went a bit nuts when I got put on disability, and I'm being I have to be good now. I have to sit on my hands because I have to pay off so much, and like things here broke that I needed to replace, so I had to sort of take care of other things. So I'm waiting until I've paid off a lot more stuff so that I can do a big Anna's craft order, because Bryony got some stuff in for me and I'm super excited. I don't know if any of you have seen the Lost in Neverland collection from Echo Park yet, but it is Peter Pan and it is gorgeous, and it's completely different to the Ciao Bella Peter Pan range. So so that's basically your little, and it looks a little wonky. It's not as wonky as it seems. Like, it seems very flimsy, but once you cover that in papers and things, it's not going to be flimsy at all. So what I'm going to do is just have a quick measure, and this is, yeah, okay, that's better. So it is the same width as I wanted it, but it's 6 inches, which means that the paper that I have chosen, had here a minute ago, it means that I can actually cut a little bit off the paper if I want to have space around it. So I was actually thinking either this mermaid or one of these mermaids for the cover. So I wasn't sure if one of these mermaids was going to end up being, oh no, that could work. Especially if I, Okay. Okay. I'll just leave those few things out for a minute and we'll choose the cover piece. What I do is I choose my cover and my, and then I choose like that and do the other stuff. Either that, if you can make a junk journal, Krista, you can make an album. I struggle to get my head around journals and albums. Like, I really want to make a journal, but I have this sort of block of, oh, but what if it's not good, and what if I'm not good at it, and what if I can't make it? So I get it, because I have that, but with, oh, I like that. That'd be super cute. Yeah. So we want to cut this at, I have a trimmer. So we want to cut this at 4 1/4. And all these extra strips that you are cutting off, you don't, as for your, photo mats and things. So we want by 5 3/4, which means we're only going to cut 1/4 of an inch off this one. Just a little bit of a round. I didn't actually bring out any ink to ink around this at the moment. You can ink around it, but I'm just doing this the easy way, which is why I have glue, because honestly, I am so bad at trying to tape paper down that it's just easier for me to glue. And this is just clear craft glue. I know, bad Amanda. I have Bryony from Anna's Craft Cupboard has put her name on the list to get some of the art glitter glue so that I can actually make my albums archival, but I don't. I'm only like, these will only be like $15 in my Etsy. They're not. Okay, see now. Here's what happens when Amanda's like thinking she's got her measurements right. It should have been 3 3/4, but that's okay, because what I will do is have it to the edge, come in here, and just trim. So never panic. Like, that's one of the things that you, as a crafter, I think we learn to be adaptable. I always try and think of a way out of the problem that I've created. So rather than having to take this off and having a spot where there's glue, we just do that. So now I definitely want to layer her up and maybe pop a little shell sort of. Yeah. So I think we'll. Oh, that is really cool, Krista. Glad. I love making it. Honestly, I need to replace my big envelope punch board because it's getting really hard to use, and I'm addicted. I have to admit, I kind of really want the pocket punch board for the same reason, that I think I would just have so much fun making things with it. I go through phases. I've been thinking about all the extra paper and stuff I've got here, the stuff that I know nobody's really going to want, and I'm thinking I might turn it into envelopes and pockets and things for people to sort of use in their projects. Okay, so we're just popping her on, and now we're going to look for a sentiment of some sort. I'm torn. Do we want girls can do amazing things, or just go with the flow? Or everyone loves a brave girl? I'm feeling the circle ones more. I think we'll do just go with the flow. It kind of fits in with everything. And then I'm going to see what little stickers I have. And maybe add a cute little seahorse. And some little starfish. The starfish is super cute. I really love this range. I'm so, like, Joanne, I'm so grateful that you sent me this stuff, because it absolutely came at a great time, because I actually didn't get a lot of the things that you had sent me. So it was kind of really nice to have a few bits that I didn't have, like these layered stickers, for example. I think we're just going to leave that there. There we go. Nice and simple. When you've got ephemera and stickers and stuff, it makes doing so easy. So that's just the cover. The reason I usually try and do the cover, I don't always, sometimes I'll put the whole lot together and then do all my matting and everything and then do the cover. But the reason I like doing the cover first at the moment is it gives me a thing to go, okay, the cover sort of sets your tone. So now we have these inside bits, and I'm going to choose paper for those. And we're going through the mermaid papers, and I kind of like, not going to lie, I kind of really like that mermaid scale. And actually, I think I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I think I'm going to mirror that on both sides, because I think that'll look really pretty. Yeah, that's why I love the whimsical range, because it is so cute and so pretty. It just it speaks to the little child inside of me. So now what I'm going to do is measure how wide this is. Aha. So what I should have done there is it should have been 4 inches, not 4 1/4. That's okay. So grab our cutting tool again. So we only need to do 4 inches to begin with. And as I said, the whimsical paper is more like a cardstock. So that's one of the sort of plus things with this, is that it really is super thick. So you're getting a nice thickness. So these are all your extra bits for later. And then we want this to be color's purple. So if I chop the purple off, she'll be like, oh, you chopped the purple off. Not a lot, but you know, chopping the purple. We don't want to chop the purple. There we go. So how was everyone's Easter? What's everyone else been up to? Now, what I do with this is I leave a little space at the top, because when I'm putting my glue down, because I usually tuck under my flap for my lift up flap thingy. It feels weird saying the flap. It's just like. Now, if you wanted to, because you're doing a pocket down here, you could actually cut this shorter, but I kind of like, just in case I make my pocket a little bit smaller than what it is, I just like to have it. So then I can just lift that up, put the other piece in, and then just glue that down. However, no, we don't need to do that with the what am I calling it? The waterfall, the card waterfall type thing that it is. That we're just gonna stick these down, and because I really like the way this is, what I'm going to do is also pop a piece of this down the center. And because my cutting thing is, I'm just going to do, because we've got a 1/2 inch spine, so I'm just going to do a step in from 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to cut it by hand, just because I can't cut that on my trimmer. So most people can. I can't go under 1 inch on my trimmer. What I can do is take the 1/4 inch off it that I need to in the trimmer. So that's just going to be the little piece that we put down here, just to make it look pretty. Krista, honestly, these folios are so fun to make. I get, like, don't get me wrong, I love making mini albums and stuff, but they are a chore. They can be a lot of work. These folios don't take very long, and they hold up to, like, depending on how many photo mats and stuff you put in them, you can actually get about 20 pictures in them, which, or you know, if you shrink pictures and stuff, even more. Like, I usually make them so they hold around 16, 17 pictures initially, and then, yeah, so it's quite a lot of pictures. And it's really easy. Like, once you've made one, it's just so easy. I actually, the reason I had trouble getting this exactly the same is because it's just so easy to play with your measurements with this. Like, if you want it slightly bigger, you change your edge measurements, so you don't necessarily have to cut off the 1/2 inch that I cut off, but the 1/2 inch I cut off means that you can use your 6x6 papers easily in it. So here we go. So that's just your nice little bit in the center. So then you've got a nice sort of cohesive look. I kind of really like that. Not going to lie. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 sheets of cardstock. So I'm just going to square them up. Yep. Okay. And we're going to cut these at 4 1/4. So that's our pretty sure so I'm just trying to remember. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how I did this and didn't end up with 6 photo mats, but I'm pretty sure. So then you just cut these 2 in half and pop them to the side because they're going to be your photo mats. Then we need to cut, okay, so we take one of these. Not a problem. It might be me. I don't know. Let me see if I reload a page and see if it helps. It could be me. I haven't really checked. Where am I? It looks pretty good from my end, but I can't tell because I'm not watching it. So you're basically just going to fold one piece in half, and that becomes your first part of your waterfall. So basically like you're doing a long card. Then the next piece we cut at 6 inches. And that also gives you your 5-inch piece. So that's your next 2 pieces. And then we cut this one at 3.5. And that's your waterfall pieces. I am pretty sure originally I used these for my pocket. That's why I had extra, because I cut into another piece, and I try and not cut into too many pieces of cardstock. Hello, anyone who I haven't said hello to who is here. Hi. So what we're going to do with these is we're going to score each of these at 1 inch. Okay, so then we start with the longest one, fold it over, and we grab some tape. We just put the tape on the back here. And we're just going to do that to all these 3 pieces. I know I'm not very exciting to watch craft. I'm sure this is going to be one of those things that's much better speeded up. Okay, so what we do is you've got your first piece. Now you can mat it first and then do this, or do it either way. It's not really vitally important that it's one way or the other. And then I just butt that up, make sure it's even as I can get it, and yeah, there we go. And then what I also usually do, I should have done first, but that's okay because it's easy enough to fix. We do the corner rounding, and I actually really like the 10mm deep corner rounder on this. This is a We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. I paid less than $10 for this in the Blitsy Black Friday sale, and I absolutely love it. I know there are people who are not big fans of We Are Memory Keepers products, but this one I've had for, gosh, a good 6 months, and I use it all the time, and it's still going. So highly, highly love that. I don't know if I'd recommend it because I don't want to recommend it and someone get a dodgy one, but I did hear bad things about it from someone else, and then I've had no issues with it. So I love it. You might love it. You might hate it. We all like different things when it comes to our crafting. So I'm just going to grab this and not push on, and just make sure I burnish that a little. And then we're just going to do this last piece. And this is how easy making this waterfall is. Like I've done the line up the waterfall thing. I have absolutely done the line up the waterfall thing before, and that's great, but it can be tedious and it can be a pain in the ass, to be completely honest. Why are you not? Okay, that just kind of killed my corner a little bit. Okay, so sometimes it can be temperamental. You just decided because I didn't recommend you that you didn't want to work properly, right? How rude. Okay, so then we have all our pieces, and then you have a waterfall. That's what I do, which is I glue this. Oh, my waterfall's too big. Okay, we'll fix that. We will fix that. That's an easy fix. Instead of gluing it, what you can do is put a belly band and tuck it through. So, yeah, that is another option. So what we're going to do, each side, I think. So we'll go 4 here. This is just going to make sure you hold it in super tight. Okay. As long as we got through most of it. I wasn't going to go through that back bit. That back bit was very, just going to go and do another 1/4 inch just to make sure this is all nice and neat, I guess. And we're just going to hold it down nice and tight. And again, make sure we come through as much as we can. And then it is stuck on the bit where we've taped it all down. So we're just going to grab our scissors and just very gently cut it. And then we're just going to go through the rigmarole of, because that's my fault. I didn't double check that I needed the whole 4 1/4. See, now it fits perfectly. So now we're just going to corner chomp. Sorry, I'm very bad at remembering to check that I'm in frame. Oops, I did that thing again. Why are you? It's like on the top one, for some reason, it doesn't want to give me a nice, there we go, a nice smooth round piece. So instead of having that be 4 1/4, these are 3 3/4. So let me write that down. Three and 3/4 in smaller one. Okay. Now, so that will go for our matting pieces as well. So let's have a look at what we want to use to mat this. I kind of really like these starfish, not going to lie. I like these as well. I think they'll be really cute together. I kind of want to use that one for the flaps, for the flap on that side. I really do like that one as well to mix in. What else have I got to mix in? We've mostly got unicorn stuff. Hang on. we flip through. We've got let's use the pearls. Now, this is the thing. If you've got 6x6 pads you want to use up, this is a good way to do it. Like if you've been hoarding things for a while and you really want to use them, this is a good way to do it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mat all these pieces. And I've got the measurements beside me, but I remember to change it to the 3. So it's 3 1/2 by. So it's 3 1/2 by 5 3/4. So we do 5 3. So the back one, I actually want to use, I think this cute. Yeah, I think we'll do the very bottom piece as this really cute little one, because when you lift it up, you'll see these super cuties. So this is, we'll grab our trimmer again. This is crafting in real time. I make mistakes. I have moments. So 3 3/4. Remember, keep your offcuts. 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. I was trying to work it out. It was 5 1/2. Yeah, so it's 5 1/4. There we go. And then we just take the offcut of that. And because we have that, instead of using the tails, you can use that as an extra. And so that's the bottom one. So we'll corner around that in a minute. Then the next one up, I think I want to use one. And this is so we want 4 1/4. So 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this is that one. Never throw out your scraps. There's always a reason to keep scraps and use them. Oh, did I just do that? I may have done that one a little bit wonkier. Oh, I think that one could have used a little bit more, but that's okay. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. So then I want to use the starfish. And that is, okay, 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. So then that goes there. Yeah, there's a little bit extra, but I don't mind that. And then the very last one for the top one is 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. So what I'm going to do, because of the way this paper is, I'm going to cut it at 2 1/4. That way I'll waste less. And then do it as, what was it? 3 3/4. And you build up a nice little stash of offcuts. As I said, do not get rid of these. These come in really handy when you're decorating your project life of your offcuts. And also, once you're done with this, make sure you keep your offcuts for other projects because they do come in handy. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to corner around the bottom of all of these with the big corner rounder. Like, I love the other version of a waterfall, but it does take a bit of work to line everything up and get it to stay in the one spot. And it just, sometimes for me, it drags. So this is for me, this is a much quicker and easier way to get a waterfall in. Plus, it gives you a little extra thing because you've got the extra lift up at the bottom. So now she has glue somewhere. So now we're just going to glue. I'm just going to go backwards. And we're just going to glue the waterfall pieces in place. And then we've literally just got our pocket to do and our flap, and that's as easy as it is. Like, it's not a super hard project. It's very easy. I think I have cut these dead on what I needed, so they're going to be right to the edge, but that's okay. Kind of. I mean, if you wanted to, you could cut these down just a little bit more, take that extra 1/4 of an inch off. So it's 3 1/2. I don't know why I had 3 in my head. I think I got myself confused somewhere in my measurements, which is not something that doesn't happen often in my world. Okay, so see how there's a big gap here? If you wanted to fix that, you can grab some of this cute washi that is from the same range, and I am just going to throw a little bit of washi across the top. And that automatically fills in that little gap without you having to cut more paper or say, oh, I didn't have enough paper cut, and it looks super, super cute. So there you go. That's a really quick fix, is to use your washi. And I love that. Washi looks really good in these little albums too, like on the photo mats and stuff as well, if you want to line up some washi. So instead of just having that big white gap, you've just got a nice piece of washi now. Let me do this one. And it is, yes, it is hard to use up the cute sides of paper. Like, I love these little mermaids, but I also have a nice good amount of these papers, so that I was lucky enough, my sister got me quite a few, and a few people have sent them to me, like my beautiful friend Joanne. Hi, Karen. welcome to my stream. Yeah. I was going to stream earlier today, and then my friend Mary was doing her stream on Twitch, and I was trying to get the folio right, and I was struggling to get it right. I'm not sure. I think I just like that gap there, so I'll just leave that one because I don't think either of these really harmonize with it the way I'd like them to be. So then we just do this last piece. Should have filled my glue up before I came out here. I had my bigger bottle, and of course, as soon as I need to find it to use, can I find my bigger bottle? No. So I had to use the one that's a little harder to use. And then we pop this one down. And this one is pretty much almost the right size except for the edges. There we go. So then you've got this super cute little waterfall, and it ends up giving you two of the sort of bigger size, which I really like. So then what we do is, because I'm lazy, no, because I find it easier than using, so it's up to you whether you do your waterfall here or here. It doesn't really matter. I think we'll do waterfall on this side because I haven't done one on this side for a while. So I'm just going to glue it on. You can tape it. You can, you know, as I said, you can put a belly band if you wanted to and have it sort of have the back piece slip through the belly band. That would be super cute so that you could pull it out and have it be more interactive. I just like to glue it in place. Karen, I don't normally stream. I haven't streamed in a very, very long time. I just thought it would be nice to do for Easter, and because I wanted to share this folio because people had been wanting to have a tutorial on it. So I thought I would do two things in one go, really, basically. Okay, so they're the photo mats. So I corner around my photo mats. I always do. So I don't actually have a live stream schedule as such because I am a moderator on Twitch. I'm often modding Twitch channels. So I don't always have notice of when I'm going to be needed as a mod. So it really just depends. I would like to do more live streams because it's a nice way to hang out with everyone. But I haven't really, I haven't really gotten there yet. I have done a couple, but it has been a while. I don't think I've done one for, it would be almost a year, good 6 months or so at least. I might have done one during Vlogmas. I would normally try and stream during the day my time, like afternoon, sort of early afternoonish, depending on what's going on the day. But it just depends also on how I'm feeling. I have to contend with a lot of mental health and physical health stuff. So it really, really depends on how I am feeling for that. So now we want, what is it? Yeah, so we want 5 inches. So we're going to make our pocket next. And I've never actually done a live stream of a tutorial before, so this is kind of new territory for me. So we're just going to take off that piece, 5 inches, and we usually like this to be around 3.5. And then what I do is I don't know why, I always give an inch at the bottom. Oh, you're Australian. Oh, that is really cool. Well, if you look above, I don't know when you got here, but Wendy Mason, Second Chance Creations by Krista, Alexis and Melinda's Art Space, Alchemy is my sister. There's a whole heap. Just look in the comments of my videos and you will find a ton of Aussies. Honestly, there's quite a lot of us on YouTube now. There's also a Aussie group called YouTube Hoppers and Friends. That's got a lot of Aussie YouTubers in it. Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot to deal with, Karen. Like Yeah, that's a lot. I don't envy you that at all, because endings are never fun. And they're often quite difficult. So I think we're going to go for this piece. I think we're going to go for this piece. There's quite a few, like you will find, like there's quite a few Aussies. It's really nice. There's actually a really nice Aussie YouTube community on here now, and it's a really nice community. Everyone's so lovely and so supportive, and yeah, it's quite lovely to find. I mean, there's a lot of like in other, not saying that other communities are not as good as ours, just that we have a lot of very, very wonderful people, and it's quite lovely to see. And I always get so excited when I find an Aussie YouTuber, especially one I don't know about. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. That is always a good thing, to be better off. And I'm just eyeballing this and not measuring properly, obviously. Obviously, it's meant to be 3 1/4, not 3 and... No, I did, okay, 2 1/4. You'll certainly find that amongst the... Oh, Joanne, you are too. Oh, my God. Joanne sent me most of the... I'm being a horrible person for forgetting that she even has a YouTube channel. This is why you need to post more, Joanne. I'm being a total smartass now. This is why you need to post more videos, so that I remember that you're actually a YouTuber. But yes, we have a really nice community amongst the crafters here. I'm honored that I get to call these ladies my friends, honestly. I don't know what I would do without them some days. In all seriousness, they are the kind of people that keep you going in the worst of times, but are always there to celebrate the good stuff with you too. So it's a very... I feel extremely lucky to have the friends I have made through YouTube. Okay, so what I've done is just taken a little circle there, so you've got the little pull-up bit. It's okay, Joanne. You know I'm teasing you. Like, I know you're busy and you've got kids and all sorts of stuff going on in your world. I'm not surprised you're too busy for YouTube these days. You know, especially because you've got studies and stuff. Okay, Karen, if you click on Joanne's name, it should come up with a little thing, and it should give you a go to channel. That's usually how I follow people. It's either that or there's 3 little... Yeah, but you've got more people who probably want your time too, Joanne. And also you're doing a degree. I mean, that takes a lot of time. So I've just put tape on the little pocket. I'm so busy chatting that I'm forgetting that I'm actually supposed to be doing a tutorial here. And I am pretty sure it means that I'm going to have to take in the size of my... Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to take in the size of my photo mats. How much longer have you got on your degree, Joanne? Because I know that's taking a lot of time. Oh, yay! A certain mutual friend of ours may have given me a wee sneaky peek of said projects. Not going to mention names because I don't want to get said person in trouble. pretty sure you're going to know who it is. Oh, wow. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. I plead the fifth. I know nothing. To be fair, she was singing your praises. Like, it wasn't anything bad. It was just, she was like, oh my God, look at what Joanne did. She's like, don't tell her I showed you. And now I've told you on YouTube. Oh, I'm going to get my butt kicked. I'm going to be in so much. She's going to be like, I'm not telling you anything anymore. Okay. I'm sorry. Oops, I didn't need to take quite as much off that as I did, but that's okay. You're very welcome. Well, got to celebrate birthdays. Birthdays are a time to celebrate yourself and have people around you celebrate you and show you love. That's kind of important stuff. Okay, so I did just take a little bit extra off these more than I needed to, but that's okay. I'm not stressed about that, although I'm feeling like, yes, they are a little long now. This is me just like I did. This is because I was trying to do this tutorial and I did it wrong 3 times. And I went, oh, well, I'm just going to wing it on camera because that's the smart thing to do. But it's also, I guess, showing people that you can alter things as you go and, you know, you can make mistakes and it doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. Well, I like to think so. Not that I'm ill-prepared and don't know what I'm doing at all. This is so much smaller than I meant to make this one. So I like these were meant to be a little bit wider, but that's okay. So I'm just chopping the corners again. Now, with all these little extras, what I do is I grab some and I look at what could be cute. Oh, look, that piece is perfect. So I'm just going to stick this bit down. So I decorate my photo mats. You don't have to. I just, for something, because I'm hoping to put these in my my Etsy store to sell. Although this one's such a comedy of errors, it might be a little bit cheaper than the others. I tend to like to have something that looks cohesive, and I just like finding a way to use up bits of paper and also making it look cute. It's the making it look cute, I'll be honest. So what I usually do is I decorate them and then see what other bits. I might cut that one down a bit. Absolutely. I don't know what wabi-sabi means. I've never heard that term before, so you're going to have to explain that to me. Did you mean kemosabi? Because if you did, I'm adopting the term wabi-sabi because it's very cute. Yeah, I even if I have stuff like do tutorials where I'm fully 100% prepped, I'm the worst person in the world for making mistakes while I'm doing a tutorial. I don't stress it too much because honestly, I think sometimes we see these perfect tutorials and when we don't get everything perfect the first time, I don't know. I've never heard wabi-sabi before. I've heard kemosabi. And I know that's like mate or like, I don't know. I can't relate. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what that one means either. So I'm not the person to ask these things of. As I said, I'm just literally using up some of the extra pieces to decorate, and then we're just going to do the little flip, and we're almost done. We're almost done our little book. For the most part, I literally just make it up as I go along. With these now, I have measurements in mind so that I can do up all my bits. But it depends, because it depends on if you change how wide your folio is, for example. Oh, that is so cool. I hadn't heard that term before. That's like where they put gold in the cracks of broken pottery and stuff, isn't it? Oh, that would be so cool, Joanne. Just make sure there's lots of time, because at the moment I'm fighting with community not fighting. I have to get what is it? I have to get NDIS before I get community transport back and it won't cost anything then, but at the moment it's costing me $26 to go anywhere return. If I was going to town, I wouldn't bother with community transport, because honestly it's cheaper to catch taxis there and back, but doctors and things, I don't really have other options in that sense. Okay, so we're looking through our stickers and seeing what we've got. I like these little plannery ones. Let's see. Let's put secrets. I kind of like the idea of adding that secrets. There's like a little spot. Cool. Yeah, well, at the moment I'm lucky if I get out of the house once a month. It's ridiculous. Like, I think the last time I left the house before the doctors was literally to go to Centrelink to do my DSP application thing, my job capacity assessment. That's what the damn thing is called. So as I said, I'm just doing a little bit of decoration on these. Let's do Mermaid at Heart here. There we go. So I've just added some little stickers to just I guess make the little cards look, the photo mats look a little cuter. And then they just go in our little pocket. And then because these are small, I'm going to grab a couple of these Project Life cards, the ledger cards, journal cards. They came from Craft Online when they had them for a ridiculously cheap price. They were like $3 for a pack. Yeah, see, I can't drive, and I wouldn't be a good driver. I'd be a dangerous driver now. I get wonky moments where my feet and stuff just move of their own accord. I just got it literally 2 months ago. March, yeah, literally 2 months ago. I just got it, so it's going okay. I'm adjusting. My budget's still a bit fire trapped. I had it good, and then I had a couple of things here die. Like I use, because it's easier for me not to use the big oven and it's cheaper electricity wise. I literally had to get a new little oven because mine died, and then so I'm paying that off and some other things. once I get back on track, it'll be fine. It's just playing catch up again because just, yeah. And the bipolar part of me that just goes, I'm going to do this silly thing today. But I will get there. I'm pretty good at playing catch up. So I just cut those up to do a little bit of decoration on the Project Life cards. So I'm just going to do these little topper pieces just to tie them into everything else. Cute as. It's not easy. What the heck? Ugh. I swear someone needs to redo the whole Centrelink system. It's just crap. If you don't have to look after him the same, how come you're still running around doing all the same things you were? I know, it really is. The whole system is just a joke. It's not geared to help. Well, that's good. Hopefully you'll get that, but then you would think you'd be able to get it for him as well. Oh, when you shove everything in upside down because you aren't paying attention. No, it's not, but it's better than living on unemployment, I tell you that. It's much better than living on unemployment. I did that for a long time. Too long. Way too long. Ah, okay. Throws things on the floor as usual. Well, yeah, you only get carers for one person, right? Definitely go with the person that's going to give you the best bet to get it. No wonder you have no time to craft, Joanne. Like, between doing a degree, having the boys, helping look after your mum, like, that's a lot. I'm not mad at you for not making videos when you've got that much on your plate. There we go. So now we've just got one more thing to do and we're nearly there. Yeah. So you're the one there, you're the person there, which means that a lot falls on your shoulders. So I'm not surprised that you're that you're not struggling, but that you're not being able to do as much other stuff as you thought you would. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Karen. I have memory issues, but that's to do with mental health. Okay, so we're going to take this one, which would have been the extra photo mats, should you want them to be photo mats. However, where are we? We're 6. So we want this at around, and I could cut this. I just did this instead because I wasn't thinking. So we're going to do this at 5.5. We score this at 1/2. I know. I read your posts about what he did on the weekend and I was like, are you beeping kidding me? You do that to your own kid at Easter? Like, what kind of low-life scum? I think is too good a word. We are right. Hang on. Yeah, we do need to take some off. What is saying? That's a good question. I don't know that I'm qualified to answer that question. I really genuinely don't think I am the person qualified to answer what is saying. Oh, Karen, I'm sorry to hear that. I wouldn't wish what I go through on anyone. Not a single soul. It's horrible. Okay, so we went 3 3/4 by 4. So those measurements, 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Because I'm just like gabbing to myself when I'm supposed to be doing a tutorial. Well, mark this an 18+ stream, honey. I can understand you having a few choice words for him because he is a piece of work. As I said, I read your Facebook statuses on it, and I was like, and it reminds me so much of what Shaylin went through. It got to the point where Shaylin was like, you know what? Either you step up and be my dad, or you bugger off and don't come back, because I don't want you just popping into my life whenever you feel like it, causing destruction, and that, yeah. I would get out more if I was able to easier. It's just I can't do buses here, and by the time I caught the bus here, I would get to town and I would be so overloaded that I wouldn't actually cope with being in town anymore. Yeah. This is turning out this is super cute. I love this range. This range was at the Reject Shop. It's called Whimsical and it's by Sugar and Spice. And did I actually, I must have glued that in. Okay. Well, we're not going to, yes, because I left the other side open because I changed my mind and decided I was doing it on, yes, Amanda, that was what you did because you are silly. You swapped sides without thinking. But it does mean that I need to glue this side down. Yeah, it's good to have things that you can do. I mean, YouTube does, for the most part, help. Like, even though there are times where I'm just not up to it, which is, you know, I have videos ready to go. I just haven't felt like uploading and going through all that rigmarole with it at the moment. So I thought I'd do a live stream instead because I haven't done one in ages and ages. Okay, so now we get to do the fun thing, which is decorate. So I really want to use this cute little mermaid because she's just so pretty. So I think I'm going to use that, and I think I saw a "You Are Amazing" somewhere. Don't hurry, Joanne. Honestly, there's absolutely no rush. Yep, there we go. I knew I saw a "You Are Amazing" here. I'm trying to get on top of things a bit. Like, even when I get new things in, I'm trying to make sure most things go in a home. Oh, that is so cute. Okay. Here we go. We've got these. Oh, I know what I want to use. So you spoilt me. I can't even believe how much you spoilt me, Joanne. Like, I did not expect to get so spoilt rotten. And it was such a lovely surprise. I actually meant to message you and say thank you sooner. And then, as you know, time vanishes. So I'm going to use one of these because I love holographic. Holo is awesome. So I'm going to use one of those. And actually what I'm going to do, I think, is grab a shell. See if I can, yep, this comes up nice. Oh, I didn't just tear the mermaid. I didn't tear her. It's okay. She'll be okay. She'll go back together. Whoopsie. When you accidentally tear the mermaid's tail. Okay, so Amanda has learnt these stickers are not as they are a little fragile, so you've got to be careful with them. Honestly, sometimes I just, yeah. We'll put a little narwhal. We might put, oh, I know how to fix this. I'm really glad, Karen. That's lovely. Some of the other ladies do stream. I know Fiona Jane does stream occasionally. My sister was streaming, but she needs, Arty Crafty Alchemy needs to get to 1,000 subs before she's allowed to stream again, because YouTube the rules, because they're meanie heads. There we go. And oh yeah, I like her. Come on. Don't be annoying. Come off. What are you? I'm just going to put this little mermaid down here swimming across the bottom. And that's it. We're done. Pretty easy. Like, not too much hard work goes into it. The measurements that I kept getting wrong. So this is the little folio we just made. For anyone watching, I'm so sorry about the measurements. I do have other ones with measurements. Like, just I will try and make sure sometime in the next few days I get them right and pop them down below. So it's our cover. You open it up. We have our waterfall. We have our little lift up flap, and we have a couple of Project Life cards. A little bit of glue that shouldn't be there. And some little photo mats, which I seem to have all different, going every which way. So that was our project. Not a problem. I will see you later. I'm going to go soon too, because it has a lot of energy to light. I'm also not very good. Some days I'm okay at talking, other days I'm not. I had a nap before I came to stream today, so I was running a little bit late, but I wanted to make sure that I could speak and function, because my brain was just not working. Love you, Joanne. I'll talk to you soon. So I'm going to say good night. It was really lovely to talk to you and get to know you better. If I forget you, please do not be offended. My brain is horrible and wiggy and refuses to remember a lot of things until they sink in. Both of you ladies are amazing. I'm just, wow. You know, you've both been through a lot and you're still here. You're still fighting. I'm so proud of you for that, and for doing life on your terms. I think that's pretty awesome. I think anyone who goes through mental health, anxiety, depression, chronic illness, and is still sort of getting through the day and still sort of making friends and sort of dealing with life is pretty damn awesome. So I'm going to wrap this up the way I end all my videos, which is that you are amazing. You are incredible. And yes, you out there, you truly do matter. Thanks for hanging out with me all. Bye.